guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I am testing out the Huda Beauty Faux Filter Foundation.
Hashtag Faux Filter Foundation.
So I purchased the foundation from Sephora when it launched, and I'm going to read off a couple of details on the foundation. I purchased the foundation, which was $40. I purchased the Complexion Perfection Pre-Makeup Base, which is $35. And then I purchased the brush, which was $25. So all in all, it was, I think, $109 after tax here for me, which when buying all three of those items is pretty standard. It sounds like a lot when you purchase it all together. So the size of this foundation is 1.18 ounces, so you get a little more than an ounce. And for 40 bucks, I feel like that's a really good price point. Thing that's bugging a lot of people is the plastic bottle. I don't really care about it. I just care what's inside, and as long as that doesn't affect the foundation, that's totally fine with me. It looks really pretty. It's really pretty packaging. Of course, it's got the Huda Beauty, and the beauty is in like the pink chrome. So I purchased according to her color chart based on the other colors that I have purchased of other foundations. This was the color chart that was on her blog. I purchased the color Chai, and that's 210B. According to Sephora, what it says about the foundation, it says it's a full to medium coverage, skin type normal, dry, complexion oily, finish satin, matte, and radiant. Interesting. What it is, a full coverage cream foundation that visibly conceals blemishes and imperfections for a filter-like finish. What it does, packed with a high percentage of ultra-refined pigments, the full filter foundation visibly smooths and even skin texture, diminishing the appearance of blemishes, scars, hyperpigmentation, and redness to create a flawless airbrush finish. Enriched with argan oil and centella asiatica, I guess, sure. Both known for their hydrating properties, this fade-proof formula blends seamlessly with skin, leaving it matte with a hint of sheen for a luminous appearance. Wear it alone for full coverage, or blend it together with the Huda Beauty Complexion Perfection Pre-Makeup Base Primer, sold separately for an even more natural finish. There you go. That is what it is. I do want to say it is not a liquid foundation. It's like a cream foundation. So I have worn this foundation a lot before, and I've actually filmed this video a couple of times, and each time I just didn't love the way that like my filming turned out, not so much the foundation, but I do have some reservations about this foundation. When I use this base with this foundation, I am a greasy, oily mess. It's not pretty. It, like, at the end of the night, I could literally go like this on my face and just create these lines, and it like oxidizes or something. It does something weird and it goes white. I don't know why it does that, but I found that when I've used other primers, it works a lot better. But I have yet to do the mixture that I've used that you're going to see in this video, so we'll see how that goes. I have also like mixed it with other foundations. Like, I've mixed it with my Estee Lauder Double Wear foundation, and I actually am obsessed with the way that that turns out. But I really wanted to show just this foundation for this video and show you guys what it does. And hopefully maybe I can get it to stop wearing like it has and get it to like last like this. So yeah, we'll see how that one goes and go from there. I'm gonna jump you guys into the tutorial and the wear test, and I will see you guys later. Okay, so I'm gonna prime my skin with the Huda Beauty Complexion Perfection Pre-Makeup Base. It has the same smell as the foundation. I personally really like the smell. And don't mind this. I've got something brewing right here. I'm just having a bad skin moment. Yeah, so I'm someone who's really sensitive to smells, and this smell does not bother me. I actually really like this smell, but a lot of things, like I'm prone to migraines. Obviously, if you've seen my video on my doth piercing, I easily get migraines, and this does not affect me. I only smell it really like when I first apply it, and I smell it a little bit after I first applied it, but it fades out. So, all right, here's the foundation. I am in the color Chai 210B. I actually think I could go a little bit lighter, but so I'm gonna start off with one pump. And here's the foundation brush. I'm gonna do, let's see, I'll do my left side with the brush, and I'll do the right side with a damp blender. See the coverage? That's like half a pump. I don't even know if that's technically even half a pump because I put most of the product on this side because of that. But can you see this? How unreal the coverage is? That's why I am obsessed with this foundation. So now I'm gonna grab, this is a Morphe sponge, and I'm just gonna blend this in. So this is the sponge side, this is the brush side. It's hard to say like exactly which side I feel performed better. I feel like both performed really well. Actually, looking up close, I feel like the brush side looks a little bit more smoother. Now Huda said that this is so pigmented that you don't even need a concealer, and I'd have to agree. Like, I feel like I don't need concealer. I like concealer for like the highlighting aspects on my face, so that's what I'm gonna go ahead and do here. I'm just gonna take a tiny bit of Tarte Shape Tape. So I'm going to set under my eyes using the MAC and Patrick Star setting powder, and I'm going to use my M438 to do so. I'm going to set the rest of my face with my Too Faced Sweet Peach Perfect mattifying loose setting powder, and I'm going to use my Morphe E41 to do that. I feel like everything's laying down really nicely, so I'm going to go ahead and finish up the rest of my face, and I'll be right back. Okay, so my face is done, and I want to set my face using the Gerard Cosmetics Slay All Day Setting Spray. This one is the flavor coconut. Everything has laid down on top of this foundation really nicely. I mean, obviously this is a hopeless situation, but we're just gonna not pay attention to that. This one a little bit too. Whatever, again, we're not gonna pay attention to that. Just so you know, on my eyes today, I am wearing the Too Faced Chocolate Gold palette because, I mean, hello, it's stunning. I wanted you to see how this foundation wore with the primer and not just like with my concoction that you'll see later on. So you can see how this actually performs these products on my oily combo skin. So I will see you guys a little bit later tonight, and we'll see how this wears. Alright, you guys, so it's now the end of the night. It is 12:43 a.m. This foundation has been on for 7, almost 8 hours. So let's go ahead and see what's going on. Okay, so I see I'm oily through here, but what I am noticing is, like, in the past when I wore this foundation, when I previously actually filmed this tutorial or this review, this foundation, it's lasting, like, it lasted a lot better this time than it has in the past. Like, before I was super greasy and oily. I'm not as oily as I was before, and like my highlight is still very much intact. It's totally worn off on the tip of my nose though. On my chin, it's totally gone. And what I'm noticing is it's kind of patching and oxidizing in weird ways. Let's go ahead and try to touch this up and see what it looks like. So I'm gonna grab my NYX blotting papers. These are the matte ones. Oh my gosh. I mean, it's oily, but I really don't see a ton of makeup transfer on this sheet. I'm actually really impressed because before when I wore it like this, I was like, I might take this back to Sephora. But again, just that coverage, that perfection that it gives, couldn't do it. So give it another shot, and here's where we're at. Okay, here's the other one. I see more makeup on this one than the other one. Oily, but not a ton. Like, I felt like with the Fenty Beauty, I got a lot more oilier. And of course, to touch up, I'm just going to take my Morphe E41 and my Rimmel Stay Matte powder. So like the areas where it wore off, I mean, those areas are done. You can still see like some of the patchiness and the pigmentation, but like the highlight still looks good. I don't know what it is about this foundation. It really holds on well to my highlight. And there's really not a ton of creasing. When I originally wore this, when I originally wore this and I originally filmed this, I was a creasy, oily, greasy mess. Around my nose, it was like completely gone. There were creases everywhere through here. And then I would do like this. And then I would get like weird lines on my face. It's really not happening. I mean, thank you to this little friend. Or enemy. The enemy. So I don't know what happened in my foundation between now and the first time that I tried this concoction with the foundation and the pre-makeup base. Yeah, because I did the exact same thing, and those were the results that I got. But this time, like, I could rock this look right now. I mean, I'm not super thrilled with it, but it's not the worst situation. So now that you've seen how it wears on my skin with these two, I want to show you how I do it with like the products that I like to use with it, with like my Dr. Brandt Pores No More primer, and then this foundation, or like sometimes I use the Cover FX custom blotting drops with it in my T-zone to help keep the oils at bay, and that helps a lot. So I'm going to show you how I do that, and then you can see how the results are from there. So I will see you then. Okay, so I'm going to prime my face with my Dr. Brandt Pores No More primer. And then in my T-zone, I'm going to take the Cover FX custom blotting drops. Trust me, I know with this foundation, this is needed. Alright, so here's the foundation. So I'm going to use the Morphe sponge. I mean, that coverage, it blows me away every time. Alright, here's the brush. It's got a nice flat top. It's super soft. And I'm just going to stipple this in. Because I believe I saw Huda said that you are supposed to stipple it in. So right off the bat, the first impression is just the coverage. Look at how flawless looking this coverage is. This is what holds me onto this foundation, is the coverage and the way that it looks after you first apply it. I have never in my life had a foundation look this beautiful. Like, it's so pretty. So now I'm going to go ahead and conceal. I'm going to use the Urban Decay All Nighter Concealer. And then I'm going to blend it out with my sponge. Okay guys, so this is my face totally finished. I have done every single step in my makeup application. Yeah, the coverage and the finish. I am obsessed with the way that this foundation looks when I first apply it. It just looks so beautiful, prettier than any other foundation I have ever tried. Yeah, you can see it just looks flawless. My face looks like it has been photoshopped, which is unreal. I'm gonna go ahead and just do my thing throughout the day, and then I'll check in with you later. We can see what my face looks like. You saw I took like my extra precautions with preventing my oils from coming through, so we'll see what happens and what it looks like, and we'll go from there, and I will see you guys later tonight. Alright you guys, so I am back. I'm in different clothes because yeah, I had an accident with my other clothes, but it's the same day, I promise. It is now after midnight. It's almost 12:30. But this foundation has been on for just a little over 8 hours. So let's go ahead and zoom in and see what it looks like. Okay, I'm seeing oily in my T-zone. A little bit on my under eye area. It's worn away on my chin. Let's see. A little bit of creasing in my nose, but not a ton. And then right here, it has come off. Let's see, it's getting a little bit patchy right here with my contour. But other than that, it's held up pretty good today. I'm pretty impressed so far. So let's go ahead and blot. I'm gonna grab my NYX matte blotting papers. Wow, okay. So yes, there's a lot of oils, but there's not as much foundation as there has been with some of the other foundations. I mean, there's still some, but not as much. I'm pretty surprised right now. Okay, now here's this one. This one has more foundation on it than the other one did. Crease-wise, we're okay. Like, nothing really moved around when I did that. This crease that I always get right here, it still looks pretty good. Yeah, so let's go ahead and touch it up with some powder and see what it looks like. I'm of course gonna grab my E41 and go in with my Rimmel Stay Matte. Oh my gosh, you guys. I'm actually really impressed. For the most part, it still looks really good. The only thing that I might do as well is I'm gonna grab some setting spray. I just wanna see what it looks like. I always keep like a little bottle of setting spray in my purse too. I think it looks really good. The areas where it has not worn away, like on my chin, right here on my forehead by that burn and all that glorious acne right there at the moment, and then just barely on the tip of my nose. Besides those areas, I feel like my face looks really good. I don't feel like my face looks cakey or anything, and I think for $40, I feel like it's a really good foundation. I mean, there's a reason why this bad boy is sold out on Sephora.com. I think you can get it on Huda Beauty's website. If I get changed one thing about my purchase with this is I probably would have gone the shade lighter because I feel like I have to be pretty self-tanned in order to pull off this shade. But after, you know, concealer and all that, I can make it work. And I just feel like it's just a tiny bit too dark. Maybe once they come back in stock at Sephora, I'll snag the lighter shade and see how that one goes. When I first wore this, I didn't know what I was going to say about this foundation. I didn't know if I was going to tell you if I liked it or not because I honestly was still on the fence. Because when I used it with this, I was so oily, I was so greasy. I really do like this Complexion Perfection pre-makeup base though with other foundations. Like I've used this with my Double Wear, my Estee Lauder Double Wear foundation, and I really, really like it. Probably because that's more of like a matte foundation, so this works with that. But for me, I would just touch up as soon as you start seeing those oils coming through, because I've noticed if I touch up sooner with this foundation, I didn't touch up today, by the way, but I've noticed that when I touch up sooner, it just kind of lasts a little bit better throughout the day because it just helps to keep those oils at bay so it doesn't come in and break up that foundation. I think if you have oily skin, this probably won't be your holy grail foundation. Like I'm not gonna wear this on like my really long crazy days because it just doesn't last as long and as well on my skin as some other foundations. But if I have like an event or something that I'm going to that I want to look absolutely flawless for, this is going to be what I'm going to reach for. So I'm still going to keep this. It's not going back because, oof, just that coverage, the way that it looks so perfect. I'm addicted to it. I can't not wear this now. So those are my thoughts on the Huda Beauty Faux Filter foundation. Hashtag Faux Filter foundation. Yeah. I think it's gorgeous. I think it's worth it. If you like this video, go ahead and give it a big ol' thumbs up. Leave any comments, requests, questions, anything down below. If you have any other foundations you want me to try, leave those requests as well. And I will see you guys in my next video, and subscribe. Bye.
Lady, stop. No. Come here. It's been a minute since you said hi to everybody. Want to say hi? So I got pigtails now. Oh. I'm gonna see you. You're also part of the reason why my makeup's always off of my nose and my chin. She kisses so much. She's such a kisser. I need to invent a foundation that's like dog kissing proof. Sit hi. Hi, Angel. Hi. Hi, sweet girl. Hi. Is that Gobert? Come here. Come here, buddy. Hi. Too much puppies. Yes. Don't strip me down. Oh, you're so fluffy. Hey. What's troubles? These guys are brother and sister. Huh? They're twins. Huh? And there's Lady. So much dog. You say hello to. Yes, hello. Yes, oui. My name is Gobert. And this is Angel. Love you.